Hi everyone, it's Marie Antoinette with Posh Paper Perfection, and I am coming on this video to share with you how I made my 2022 greeting cards for my family and friends. If you've seen this before, you can recognize that it is Anna Griffin, a holiday open house, but I did a little twist to it. So it looks like her card. It is an easel, but the special thing about this is that it lights up. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you guys how I did this, okay? I will tell you, when you put this together, it may be a little bit tricky to keep this to stay. I'm not sure if it's because of the weight or where I put my sentiment. I needed to put my sentiment a little bit further, but you can see that it does stay. You just might want to put something else on there, otherwise like it goes flat. But your friends and family, they may want to, have it stand up instead of it displayed as a easel card. So anyway, so I had a lot of friends and members of Anna Griffin's Anna Griffin's Facebook group that had questioned me, going, Marie, well, how did you do this? Can you share with us how you did this? And so as you can see, the sides are totally covered, so you can't see the lights. You can't see the lights this way. You can't see the lights that way. But the top, you can see that I have these lights that I purchased off of Amazon. Okay, and I will try to remember to share the links, but these are LED lights, pretty inexpensive, and all you do is pull off the tag, and this comes with the on and off switch. You can, and I apologize about my chair squeaking. I don't know why it squeaks, but it drives me crazy. Anyway, you can do the lights, the LED lights yourself to have like a push button effect, but I didn't really want that. I wanted this card to be like my friend's main display of pride. You know how people like to put their cards around the mantle or on a bookshelf and show everybody? Well, this one, they can add it to one of their Christmas decorations and enjoy it year after year. And so I didn't want somebody having to hold it all the time to enjoy the lights, and instead have the on and off switch. So that's why I did that. Now, these sides right here, which I'm going to share with you how I made the actual box. These sides here, the scoring length is a quarter. So I figured that that this light box, where the battery is, it's almost a quarter of an inch. And so I wanted to make sure that my casing was big enough where it could have that and not feel like it was bulging. And then also where my lights could be taped on the base rather than taped along the back side of the front. So, okay, so let's get into it. In case you haven't seen the die set, this is the die set. Not all these dies are included in the holiday house. Okay, like this comes from a different set. Some of these miniatures come from a different set, but the windows definitely, and the door and the awning I guess that you call it awning. I don't know. It's that part there, and this that they all come with this set, and you can get that set from Anna Griffin. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna just put this over to the side. So how I made this was actually through my Cricut, but then I thought to myself, you know, some people may not have a Cricut or enjoy Cricut, and this is easy to do without a Cricut. So I'm going to share with you how I made these sides. Now the measurements of this, you'll need 2 of these, okay, unless you have paper that is longer than 12 inches, okay. So if you have, I don't know what the largest size paper is, but you know, if you're using poster board, you actually could cut out just one long piece and that'd be fine. Okay. So the measurements on this, and excuse my chicken scratch here, this long piece right here is 10 1/4 by 3/4, okay, wide, okay, so 10 1/4 long, 3/4 wide, with the length of it is scored at 1/4, okay, and 1/2, all the way down, okay, and then it's scored horizontally at this is 1 5/8, okay, and then if you flip it around, this here is 4 1/4. I'm sorry, 4 1/2. Okay, so 4 1/2. And if you want to do it just like without flipping out, it's 4 1/2, 8 5/8, or 1 5/8. Okay, so hopefully that's not confusing to you. And then the second one, again, it is the length of it is 6 inches long by 3/4, okay, and the score on the horizontal is 1 5/8 right here, okay. So this 1 5/8 and this 1 5/8, they should, and like I said, I cut it with the Cricut, so it might not be exactly right, but they should line up. And you'll see that I am off there. I just need to do a little tweaking with my Cricut. But as long as you have them even, you should be in good shape. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to take our piece of paper. And this is the first time that I am cutting it, okay? Because we want to make this wrap around here, 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 and here, leaving the top open, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score, because I've learned that I am not good at cutting and then scoring, especially when it's itty bitty pieces. Okay, so this is 1/4 right here. So something like that. All right. Well, actually, the first thing I should do is cut the length. Hello. Okay, so that is 10 1/4. So here, 10 1/4 right there. I think that's this, right? Yeah, 10 1/4 right here. Okay, And then we can test it out. Yep, it's the same length. Okay. And then let's leave the cutting there. And then this is half, so this is a quarter. Down. Okay. And then a quarter from where that is. All right. So you can go to the half now. Okay. And then go to the 3/4 mark and cut it. Now, I need new blades so bad. Okay. So now we have that. All right. Now we'll check the length. And it's good. See how bad that is? Ugh, it's awful. But that's all going in the inside, so it's not going to affect our work. Okay, and now we're going to do, let's see here. 1 5/8. Let's do here. 1, that's the half mark. And then I believe that's 5/8 right there. One 5/8. And then from there, I'm going to flip it over and do 4 1/2 and score. 4 1/2 and score right here. Okay, so I should be good. I think we're going to be good with these measurements. Yep, awesome. Okay, and let's do the other one before we do anything else. Okay. And then the other one is 6 inches. Okay. And I'm going to use this paper here because I think this is 6 inches. Almost. Okay. Let me just cut some off of here. Actually, let me go here. All right. Okay, so we got 6 inches, and then we're going to do the same here. We're going to go to the quarter. And then to the half. And just try to make it as straight as possible if you did what I did and working with smaller pieces. And then this is 3/4. Oh, hello. I was supposed to cut that off. I forgot about that. Okay. Cut that. 3/4. Okay. And then this one, we will go to 1 5/8, which is right here. and score horizontally. Okay, so let's put this away. And we'll put our scraps over here and work on this. Okay, now I'll take my scissors here, and where I have these scored, I'm going to make a little triangle. Okay, so just, I guess it's about a 45-degree angle maybe, or smaller, but I'm going to make a triangle to that score line. And let me do this. I'm going to put it in, yeah, I want to do it this way. I'm going to show you, this is where the score line is. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but that's where the score line is. And then there's a score line right here. And there isn't a score line there, but we're also going to cut there. And for this one, let's go in the back and we'll do a score line right there. Okay, so where the score lines are is where we're going to cut our little triangle. And you know, and being able to do it this way, as opposed to doing it on the Cricut, is actually kind of nice because you don't have to worry about your mat not being sticky enough, or your mat moving. But if you're going to do a whole bunch of them, then you'll want to, you know, just take a rectangle and create your own. So I think that these triangles may not be 100% the same, but it's okay. Okay, so I can't remember if it's this one or this one that I have to create another one, cut another triangle, but we'll figure it out together. Okay, so let's do this one. All right, and I'm going to zoom in the camera and realize that you guys probably cannot see this. All right, and again, you're just going to do at an angle, cut to the score line, and then the same thing on this side to the score line. There you go. Okay, so one of these bottoms are going to have to, either this bottom or this bottom is going to have a triangle, because eventually this is going to have to connect, okay, like this. So let us, I think, I'm looking at it here. How do I want this? All right, well, we're going to do it both. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. This might be a little bit awkward here. at the score line. There. Okay. Now if you're curious to see if it's gonna fit, you're gonna take your base, okay, and you're just gonna put it around there, okay? So this is perfect. So we don't want to score this to be shorter, okay? But this here is going to be too long, so we're going to want to score it, okay? So let's go ahead and take the scoring board, and we're going to score this. Oh, see that? I'm going to score this like right at the quarter, okay? All right. So add that scoring on there as well. And that's something that, you know, when I created this in my Cricut, I was just like, wait a minute, that doesn't work. So this one, you're actually going to score, you're going to cut right here, okay, and then at an angle like that, okay, see that, like that, okay, and let's do the next one. So cut right at the score line or right above it, not going to really matter, and then at an angle. Okay, now obviously that is not even, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so the fun part. Now you're going to take your boning folder. Okay, so I have no idea where my boning folder went, but I'm going to take my Cricut, I guess you call it scraper, and that will work as well. And so I'm just, if I have my bone folder, I would just take it, and where it's the valley, I would fold it down, okay? It's important for you to fold down in a valley instead of making it a mountain by, you know, going up, because then you're really deteriorating your paper, just so you know. Okay, so doing that, I'm going to do the same thing here. And I might end up cutting this part as well, but we will see. Okay, so you have, this is the bottom. And then here. All right. Another really cool thing about this, doing the sides like this, is that you can use a lot of scrap paper to make these sides. When you're using the Cricut is not forgiving of using scrap paper. If your mat is not as sticky as it should be. So I have a hard time after I cut a whole bunch of these and have wasted negative space trying to cut like one-offs. You know, I only want to do one card. I don't want to do like, you know, 5, 6, 7 cards and cut for 7 cards. So, okay, so now we have our top and our side and the bottom. Okay. So now we're going to make the space. Ready to have some fun? All right. So I'm going to get a little bit up close here. Hopefully you can see. All right. But the way that it's supposed to be folded is this is the bottom. These are the sides. Okay. Just like that. So to do this, we need to connect this and this together. Okay, first. Okay, connect these 2 points together first, and then we can start gluing. And if you have any questions of that, whether that's going to fit, you can always put it there. You know, it's a little difficult for me to do that while I'm on camera. There you go. Okay, so just like that. That, I think that's going to be good. Yep, it's going to be good. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and use some of my Barely Arts glue and put some there, and then right here, and hold that. Okay, and make sure it does not move. Make sure it's straight, make sure it doesn't move. Oh, hello. And if you feel like this is not enough space, you can always, you know, make this one piece longer so you have more to work with. But I feel like this is perfect here, the perfect amount of space. Okay, so that's what it looks like inside. I'm going to cut this just a little bit here. Just because that's bothering me. Okay. Okay. So now that that's done, now we glue the box. It's going to be the perfect size. Okay. It's going to match it to a T. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this right side first. Any excess glue you can kind of just wipe off. And I'm going to do the bottom. Okay. And this side. first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to match that to the corner. Right to the corner. This is to the corner, and kind of hold it. This is to the corner, and this is to the corner, and kind of hold it in place, just like that. That's a little bit too much for you. You can try to do it corner by corner, but just know that the inside corners, I should say the outside corners, once you glue these on, sometimes it's kind of hard to maneuver them. So, right. And then I'm going to run my finger along the inside. And make sure that that is done. Okay. And then I'm looking here on the sides here. You'll know when it's all the way glued. See how that's lifting up. So all I have to do is press it. Just take your time. There. And you'll just keep on, doing this, running it through the side. Okay, so I think that we're pretty good to move on to the next area, which is the sides. So all you're going to do is flip this out just a little bit and put this right here. And like that. And if you don't want it to, if you want it to like come all the way to the top, you could add another quarter in there, but I just chose not to do that. I also chose not to, chose not to cover the top. I just found that made things a little bit too complicated. Okay, and now I'm gonna do this, and again flip this out so I can glue that. All right, and now that should be good. Just apply a little bit of pressure. And then check everything again. Looks good. And now you have your casing. On to the next part, the fun part. The lights. Installing the lights. Okay, so like I said, I got these from Amazon. And I'm just going to grab one set here. Okay. And I like to light it up just to make sure it works before I put it in there. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it off because it's kind of bright. All right, this wraps around, okay? But before I even wrap it, you know, make it wrap around, there's one thing that I found very helpful, and that is once I have this part done, okay, I'm going to take some Scotch tape. I'm going to maybe, you know, like 2 inches of it. And I'm going to take this cord here, okay, because this cord can be very recalcitrant and get in the way of putting your lights on. I'm going to take this and I'm going to tape it to the casing. All right, so that's one. Okay, then I found the best glue for this. Now you can use, I suppose you can use, I should say, hot glue, but I can't find my hot glue gun, and I have scoring tape. Okay, this scoring tape cost me $35 for the whole, I think it's a 5-foot roll. It has lasted forever, and it is the strongest tape that I have ever come in contact with. Okay, you're gonna cut out 2 like 1-inch squares. Okay, and you're gonna put one of the squares in the front, right on top, on the very top, okay, just like that, and then one in the back, the same place except for in the back, just like that, okay. And then the back, you're going to go ahead and peel that off. Okay, now here comes the tricky part. Depending on how you've done your bottom of your casing, you always, and I would recommend this because I do this, is you want to lay your finished box, okay? And that's probably not a good example because that one's already done. Hello. Let's do this one here. Oh. Trying to find one that I haven't done yet. Did I decorate all of them? I guess I did, except for this one. Okay. Okay. So you want to take this top and put it over. Okay. And make sure that it sits right, and then look at where this hits. Okay, now when I put this thing in, I'm already gonna have this in here. Okay, and I'm just gonna go in here and I'm gonna find this top just like that, and I just like to scoot it down just a little bit lower so you can't see it. Okay, I haven't quite figured out like how many inches that's away, but I think that it's like at least 1/4, and it's right in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there, and now it's nice and secure. Okay, so it seemed pretty complicated for such an easy thing, but I'm just one person who doesn't like to put it down too far in there, because then it's going to be hard for somebody to take their fingers to switch on and off. But I don't want it too far up, because then you can see it. Like this one was one of my first ones I did, and I feel like it's too far up. Make sense? Okay. So now that that's done, now I will take the wires and I will start placing the wires, taking some of this clear tape and holding them down. All right. And you want to make sure that, you know, your tape is not too high so people can't see it as well. Can you just leave it in there without taping anything? You could, but the problem is the lights, they probably will end up hitting the vellum of the windows. And when it hits the vellum of the windows, then you can really see the light instead of having that glowing effect. Okay, now I'm just going to keep on doing this, and all right. But I found that it's easier just messing with the wires once this is taped. So let me go ahead and unwind this and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I finished unwinding it. Now I'm going to just cut out a couple of pieces of tape, attach it to my fingers. Right, and let's see here. I'll put that there. Hello. Wow. All right. Oh, hello. Try that again. And I apologize about this looking like it's really hard. It's just that my workspace is very, very dark, and I do not know how to make it brighter. Okay. It seems like the older that I get, the harder it becomes to see things in the dark. So, not fun about aging, that's for sure. Now, let's put this right here. Okay. And if you know how to add the diodes, this might be better and a cleaner, faster way of doing it, but I don't know how to do that, so this is what I will end up doing for the meantime. If I do figure out that, I may make a video, so make sure and subscribe if you are curious on how to do that as well. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you subscribe because I hear that's pretty easy to do just with a simple battery. But yeah. Now we're gonna need a light up here. So let's do this, and then we'll sweep this down here like that. And if you get kind of lost about where the lights are, you can always turn this on to see exactly where it is. And you could be methodical if you wanted, you know, going, oh, well, I need a little bit more lights on this side and that side, but see how that is? Okay, so definitely need some more lights down here. I'm gonna put that light there, and there. Let's put a light right here. And we'll hold off on that one. And we'll just put in tape, making sure things go down. Yes. Put this on here. So now we got more lights there. Yes, yes. Let's see if we can get another light up here. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to take this right up here, and we should be done. There we go. So now everything shouldn't be sticking up, and we'll put on the top. Okay. So with this, I'm just going to glue the bottom first. Right. You kind of just slide it until it's at its right place. Just like that. Just make sure that it's flush. Before you move on to the next part. And then now your Barely Arts glue and the fine tip pen, which is so amazing. You're going to push this in and seal it. Push that in and hold and seal. And you might have to just hold it for a while because it will move on you. Just push it and seal. Okay, and now we'll move on to the other side and do the same thing. And push and hold down. It's okay for the the casing to come out just a little bit. It doesn't have to be totally behind your front. You probably could shave 1/8 of an inch off the bottom just to make it more flush, but it's okay. It's a handmade card, guys. And if your friends make you cards like this, you should be very grateful. Okay? Because a lot of love is poured into making these cards. Okay. So now that that's done, now we are going to do the corners. And again, we're going to take our glue and press that in just like that. You may want to have like a wet washcloth somewhere to help get the glue off of your fingers. And excuse my nasty wart. Do you know, I've had this wart on my fingers for like over 10 years. And my doctor, my new dermatologist, he said to me, oh yeah, I can take that off. We've been trying for a month. Has not gone away. It does hurt. But yeah, so all those frogs I was playing with. Yeah. Oh, some people will see that and go, oh my god, that's so gross. She should have a Band-Aid. But you know what? it doesn't bother me, so why should I care if it bothers somebody else? I haven't given warts to my boyfriend, so I really don't think that my warts are contagious. All right, and we're doing the final one. Okay, and that seems like it's nice and glued down. And now we have the box. The casing has been created, and now all we have to do is make the base, the sentiment, and put it all together. Okay, so I do want to just go ahead and finish this card with you guys to share with you the rest of the card. Okay, so I have here the base, the back side of the base, and then the front side of the base. Okay, so when I cut the back side of the base, I went ahead and flipped it over. Okay, because when I cut it out, it looks like this, all right, but I flipped it over, and this is the way it's going to be. So the finished side is the back side, if that makes sense. Okay, now because I did that, and Anna Griffin dies are not always asymmetrical, I actually, when I cut this one out, this pattern piece, I cut it out with the pattern side down. So when I glue this on top, it is in perfect alignment. Okay, so why did I cut two? Well, the weight of this paper, as you can see, is very, very flimsy. This paper, I'm guessing, is about less than 65-pound paper. Okay, this would not be able to hold this up. It would collapse and eventually break. This, on the other hand, I believe is 85-pound paper and very thick. Okay, so the two of them actually makes a reinforced easel. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue and put it all along the edges. And down here, bottom, up. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and put glue here, here, and here, so when I fold it, it doesn't buckle. Okay, right, I'm going to put this on top and line it up. And it should be lined up perfectly. And it looks good to me, right? And now it looks like it's two-sided paper. Okay, without the white. Right. And we're gonna take this, or you could take your boning folder and just make sure it's nice flat. Okie dokie. Now I can flip it over, okay, and there's two things I want to flip over. This line right here, okay, I'm going to flip that one down. And I'm going to press that. I can even, take my boning folder. All right. And then That seemed like a little crooked, didn't it? Alright, do this again. There we go. Okay, I think that it's less crooked now. There we go. Alright, and then this, we're going to bend this down as well. Now you see how the paper has already, you know, started to shift here? Well, we are going to take some of this brown walnut stain. Okay. And we're just going to go around the edges here to give it a little bit more of a rustic look. And we're just going to do this on the top and then on the front. Like that. Okay. Now, let me clean this up. All right. And now we'll take this part and we'll fold this down. Right, we'll take, flatten this out. All right, now that score tape again. Again, this is the best tape that you could ever use. That will always be sticky, and you know, once you put this down, you have no wiggle room. None whatsoever. You are committed to it, and just so you're warned, if you put it in the wrong place, like I said, you're committed to it, and that could be the end of your project. You could actually ruin your project. It's that strong, it's that unforgiving. But things like easels, it's perfect because of it being unforgiving. All right, I'll put that there like that, and cut out another little piece for the other side. And like that. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and take our project. Oh, and if you didn't notice, whatever base color I use is what the back of the color of the card is going to be. But you don't have to do it that way, but that's how I do it. Okay. So this is the tricky part. You actually have to line this up. So if you do this, okay, then you can go behind here and kind of lift up and take off one of these little tiny score tape lines here. Okay. So let's try that again. And that way, it is unforgiving. Only a little part rips off, right? Okay. Okay. Alright, so that's not working. Usually works for me. I don't know why. It's like 9 times out of 10, you do things on camera, they don't work. Don't ask me, ask the universe. Okay, let's go ahead and look for it from the bottom. It's gonna have like about 1/4 wiggle room everywhere, and it looks good. And I think that looks good. Okay, so now I'm just rubbing the back of it. Okay. And you can also just do this. Okay. And now look how strong it is. It's not going anywhere. Okay. So here's the tricky part where I found it was like it didn't want to stay. And I'm not really sure what was going on, but the greeting just didn't want to stay there. So let's see. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to share with you my greetings. Okay. These greetings were made using Microsoft Word. 2 different kinds of fonts. I don't remember exactly what the font names are, but if you are curious, you can ask. And then if you notice, there you go. They are foiled. Okay. And so they're foiled in red with my Mink machine. Okay. And I use Anna Griffin's Compendium dies to cut out the sentiment. So when I cut it out in Microsoft Word, it's usually on an 8.5 by 11, and I make sure and space it so it's enough for my for me to cut out and then die cut it out. Okay, I found that that's actually better than using my Cricut, because my Cricut has a mind of its own, and half the time when I design something, it does not put things in the center, even though it has been centered and attached, and yeah, and it's just so frustrating. Also, you know, getting the letterings to look right also is a challenge for me. So I do everything in Word. So for this one, I am going to go ahead and get my black scrap pieces of paper. And I have so much black pieces of scraps that I just keep it in envelopes. Okay. And we're going to look for one that is wide enough, which I think I should. Oh, what is green doing in here? Hello. Here is a foil one. That's kind of grayish. Well, hold on. Let me look. Okay, I decided on red instead of black. I do that all the time. And then I'm like, where am I? What am I doing on this project? Anybody else? indecisive like that. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and cut that out. Don't feel like time messing with my scoreboard. Okay, take this, flip it over. Hello. All right. That, just like that. Bring this forward and on. Okay. Those over to the side. All right. Okay. So this is going to go on top like that, but I'm going to go ahead and cut out another piece of white pieces of paper. So I'll go through my white scraps. And if you're ever running low with paper, I'm sorry, with tape, this is an excellent way of being able to get that height. So, and I'm talking about foam tape, not regular tape. Okay, so I think that's too small. That might be enough. It might be. I don't know. Tons of white paper. All right, we'll see. These are right. No. Nope. None the right size. Damn it. Okay, so I'm really big into repurposing paper that you're never going to use for anything else. This is like less than 65-pound paper, and it drives me absolutely nuts. So I will never use it on a project unless I am reinforcing something. And as you can see, I messed up on my first printing, but nobody's gonna know that unless they watch this video. And if they do, no, I still love you. I'm just wasn't gonna waste paper. And so we will take this and that. And in the middle. Now it's a little thicker. And then we're going to go ahead and do that one more time. Actually, you know what? This one we're actually going to glue to this. and make sure that it is looking straight, which I think it is. Right. Now we're going to take some foam tape and foam tape here. I'm going to cut about that size of the foam tape. Okay. And we're going to put that right on top, right there, and right there. Okay. And take that off. I'm going to put this one on top. There you go, just like that. All right. And then, let's see, let's go ahead and put this over here. If we put this here, that kind of slides down, so we will want to lift this up. We'll take 2 more pieces of foam tape. Might actually use 4, but I want to see if it's gonna stop. Okay, so that's 1 piece of foam tape and 2 pieces of foam tape. I'll put it right there, and I think having it right here will create enough of a lip where it will stop. So, with that said, let's go ahead and take it off. And there you go. And now let's turn it on. And ta-da, it's done. Isn't that beautiful? That's so beautiful. And so easy to do. And it lays down flat as well. You probably will have to put this in a box to ship it off. I would not ship it off just like this because it will get crushed, especially the way that mail is being delivered nowadays. But yeah, there we go. Yay! I'm so happy. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure and give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my future videos. And if you felt that it was helpful, let me know. Is it a lot of work? Yes. But like I said, this is going to family and friends. I might end up, you know, making some to sell on at my Etsy shop. But for right now, I have so many more to put onto the easels. I've done, you know, a variety of designs. And this comes from the doors. I think the small Christmas doors, the ones for not the A7 cards, by the 5/7 I think, and then the embellishments. I'm not sure if these embellishments came from the cart Noel or from this holiday house. The greenery, this is from Anna Griffin's Cart Noel finishing school, and this is one pack that I received, and basically what I did was I took this and I cut it right here, okay, until it was like all that's left is like this little nub, okay, which I'm gonna make into a what do you call it, a wreath. You know, I can die cut this with the die cutting dies that I've already have before, but that's how I did that. The icicles, these icicles I made in Cricut, and they're actually snow drifts, but the file is called icicles, and I just welded a couple of them together and stretched them out and expanded them, stretched them out, distorted the shape to get what I thought was pleasing for my eyes. All of the embellishments that are on here, if they had a sticky backing, they also have glue on them, and that's because as time goes by, the years go by, adhesive starts to wear down and basically disappear, and these will fall off, but with a little bit of glue with the adhesive, it stays on for a longer period. So anyway, and that's all I have to say, but it was really wonderful sharing this with you guys, and if you have any questions, please let me know. See you guys later. Bye.